McKeesport. Officials say the fire started on the 7th floor of the McKeesport Towers on 6th Street. About 200 people who live in the apartment building had to stay elsewhere last night with assistance from the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. The 3 people who are hurt were taken to the hospital. 2 are in critical condition. Allegheny County Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. In McKees Rocks last night, 2 teens were taken to the hospital after being stabbed. Police say it happened around 9 p.m. on Valley Street near the Stowe Rocks High School football game that was happening against Abbotsworth. On its website, the Stowe Rocks School District said that the 2 teens sought assistance from school personnel following the stabbing and that the district promptly alerted both police and on-site EMTs. Right now, no suspect descriptions have been announced. 2 women walked into a local hospital with gunshot wounds overnight. Allegheny County Police say they were shot in Turtle Creek around 1:30 this morning in the 800 block of Grant Street. The 2 women had non-life-threatening injuries. No word on any suspects. Dr. Richard Moriarty, the pediatrician who built the Pittsburgh Poison Center and created its popular mascot, Mr. Yuck, died on Thursday at the age of 83. Post-Gazette reports the Lawrenceville native had mitral valve replacement surgery 3 months ago and was in intensive care for weeks. City of Pittsburgh issued a proclamation in October of 2019 to honor Dr. Moriarty's many accomplishments. A man is dead after an accident yesterday morning at an Indiana County quarry. State police say the man was trapped in a limestone hopper at the Ridge Limestone Quarry in Young Township. The man was pronounced dead at the scene. He's yet to be publicly identified. Police say they do not suspect foul play. Well, following the second alligator sighting in the Kiskee River, the police chief is talking about a crackdown. With the story is News Radio KDK's Paul Rasmussen.
In August, Chomper was spotted in the water and later captured. This month, kayakers saw Neo, a 2.5-foot alligator that escaped an enclosure. In a statement, Kiskee's police chief says information he's seen leads him to believe there could be 2 or more alligators on the loose in the area. The chief also says people who violate reptile laws will be charged with releasing a non-native species into a Commonwealth waterway. The Tribune Review reports Kiskee's solicitor has drafted a new ordinance making it illegal to own, possess, or transport an alligator. Fines range from $300 to $1,000. Paul Rasmussen, News Radio KDKA.
KDK Radio News Time. We're coming up on 9:03, which means it's time to call Wilson's Pharmacy for the best prices on generic Viagra. Visit wilsonspharmacy.org. The AccuWeather forecast is next.
There's always a friendly feeling each time you step into Coons Market.
Quality products, special prices, clean and safe stores, and many friendly Coons team members.
Hey, good morning, Mrs. Jones. Take a look here. I got some of your favorite fresh bread right out of the oven.
At Coons, you'll see friendly people you know and friendly people who know you and are ready to help.
Here, Mr. Wilson. Let me help you get those bags in the car.
You'll also find friendly prices each time you shop at Coons Markets. This week, you'll find...
From the Coons Fresh Produce Department, Washington State Extra Fancy Honeycrisp apples, only 99 cents per pound. Freshly squeezed apple cider, half-gallon jugs, just $3.99 each. And this week, selected varieties of Turkey Hill ice cream, 46-ounce cartons, 2 for $7.
Great savings, Frank.
Coons gives you a friendly shopping experience with savings you can see on your Coons Rewards card.
Shop at one of Coons' 8 store locations or shop online at coonsmarket.com for convenient curbside pickup.
Coons Market,
A Pittsburgh tradition.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today will be mostly cloudy. Expect showers and a thunderstorm through this evening. High today 75. Cloudy for the rest of tonight, low 64. Showers and a thunderstorm tomorrow, high 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Carl Bavinski, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
66 now in Pittsburgh. I'm Rob Taylor. Next update, 9:30 on the Voice of Pittsburgh, News Radio KDKA.
The following is paid for by MediConnect. Information on the program is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information aired on the following program.
These are the people, the movers and shakers, the businesses, the people you know in your community who make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Don't look now, but if you're watching this stream live on their Facebook page, MediConnect, he is here live and in living color. Let's say welcome back to Sean Horn. All's well that ends well. We went through some tough months, but you look great. Success. We're going to give a shout out to the good folks in the medical community, especially AGH, Allegheny Health Network, in conjunction with Highmark. And then we're going to get down to the business of Medicare. Sean, God bless you, brother. We love you. It's great to see you back in the saddle again.
Guess who's back?
That's right.
Back again. Sean Horn's back, baby. Let's go. It is time. Welcome to the Inside Connection. I'm so happy to be here. I'm pumped up. It's been way too long, my friend. It is great to see you as well. And, you know, before we do get started today, I do want to make a recommendation to anybody out there. If you need an ear, nose, and throat doctor, you have to check in on Dr. Douglas Chen at the Allegheny General Hospital. He is part of the Pittsburgh Ear Institute. He was part of my surgery team, as well as Dr. Alexander Yu was the neurosurgeon. And you know what, Rob? You know, you and I talked at length about what was going through my head leading up to that procedure, and knowing it was going to be a 12-hour event and 5 hours of which was going to be drilling into my skull. Like, I was, you know, freaking out about that a little bit, but I cannot recommend this team high enough. You know, between the surgeons, their fellows, and their team around them, plus the nurses inside the ICU were absolutely phenomenal. So everybody on that team really put me in a great position to bounce back quickly. 2 days later, I saw you put the post up there that I was discharged, which is absolutely true. I probably could have went home even earlier than that, but we were waiting for an MRI. But you know, and once I got home, like, I actually felt guilty when people were coming to my house and bringing me food, because I'm like, look, I really don't need the help. I mean, they could not have asked for a better recovery. So once again, Dr. Douglas Chen, he's the audiologist. Dr. Alexander Yu was the neurosurgeon. Could not have been happier with the way that this came out.
And another reason why we always sing the praises of these healthcare facilities in and around, but AGH, very near and dear to my heart, the Allegheny Health Network, in conjunction with Highmark, a healthcare company. And all's well that ends well. So what do you say we get down to the business of the Inside Connection?
I'm all about it. We're going to have a little bit of fun before we get into the business of it all. But before we do that, I do want to also thank my team back at headquarters of MediConnect, Lance, Lauren, Mark. The way that they all stepped in for me during this time, it was painful being out. I love being involved and getting after it to help people understand Medicare a little bit better. They did a phenomenal job. I'm happy that Mark got to spend some time with his grandchild today, and Lauren got to have a weekend off, and Lance, the hardworking gentleman as he is, don't have to worry about the show today. I'm very happy to be here. So thank you to those three as well. But, you know, look, it is a big weekend. I'm back, baby. But not only that, it's kind of like a holiday here in southwestern Pennsylvania this weekend because, of course,
Steelers.
We got the Steelers tomorrow.
Steelers.
And let me tell you, my man, I am fired up this year about what they're looking like. I think that they have a really good shot to surprise some people. It's a holiday. It should be anyways. I mean, I don't know what we're doing in government around here if we can't deem tomorrow at least a local holiday. But, you know, it's going to be a big game. I feel good about it. I think Pickett is going to surprise the people. We got a great young core of rookies, I think, that are going to make some noise. Joey Porter Jr., Broderick Jones, Keanu Benton. You got the Nick Herbig on the outside. It's going to be a great year, I really do believe, and I think it all starts off tomorrow. So, you know, huge. We're going to circle back to talk about the Steelers a little bit more, but I know you usually do your predictions tomorrow. But
I'm taking the Steelers.
Are you?
Yeah, man. I mean, they're a 2.5-point underdog. Nick Bosa's back, which is a concern, but I'm telling you, I don't think what Kenny Pickett did during the preseason is hype. I think he's starting to take that next step. I mean, they named him captain, so somebody's got to have some faith in him. We'll see what happens.
I mean, and I've been just thinking about that pass that he hit Najee Harris against the Baltimore Ravens to win that game, and that has just been playing in my head for months now about what the potential could really look like for this team. So again, tomorrow it's go time finally, and I'm super excited about it.
And you got Pitt today too, a 6.5-point favorite against Cincinnati, 6:30. That's on 93.7 The Fan. The Pirates, Atlanta tonight on KDK Radio. So it's a big sports weekend, but let's face it, King football, it still is what it is. Last night, of course, Bell Vernon, the Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine Friday night game of the week, gets that big win against McKeesport. Those coaches will be on with us tomorrow, Coach Humbert and Coach Miller on the Coons Market Black and Gold Sunday show. But when the Steelers play, the world settles in for the National Football League.
It really does. I mean, it perfect weather for it. Finally got that rain to come
When you
through
were sprinting across the parking lot, too, I'm like, what's this guy?
I'm ready.
That's Sean Horn.
I'm ready, my man. So, yes, big weekend, of course. But then also, don't have a lot of history to talk about with this day, but I do want to talk about a little bit of history that happened in Pittsburgh this past week, and that is the fact that Aerosmith came through Pittsburgh. And, you know,
I heard they just absolutely were lights out.
Yeah, I heard the same. I had a good friend who went and said that the show was just absolutely amazing.
Steven Tyler.
Yeah, I mean, quite a difference from what I heard about Guns N' Roses, unfortunately.
Yeah,
but,
well.
you know, look, Aerosmith, they've been at it since 1970, formed in Boston.
Well, in defense of Axl, he's trying to hit some octaves that I think you can only hit when you're 25 and you're wearing size 30 skinny jeans. You know what I'm saying?
True, but how is Steven still doing it, though?
Well, Steven's, he's phenomenal. And so you got to realize when he came up, it was all live in the studio. And you had the musicians playing live. And when Axl and them started to come along, synthesizers, multi-tracking, and if there were some shortcomings, that would be able to kind of pick up the slack. Not to take anything away from, you know, Slash and Axl, tremendous talent, great stage presence. But look, everybody gets older. Things aren't the same. But Steven Tyler is old school rock and roll, kind of cut from the same cloth as Mick Jagger.
Very much so.
That's what they know.
Yeah. So for them to come through Pittsburgh, and it's the Peace Out tour, so I imagine...
They're not done. We've been saying about the Stones for 20 years. They're going to release a new album. So there's got to be another tour. Steven Tyler is always going to be relevant. And I'll tell you, if you ever have a chance to hear him in a podcast form, he's phenomenal.
Oh, yeah, he's a brilliant mind for sure. And he's got quite some stories to tell. But, you know, 1970, they were formed. Their first true number one song didn't come around for another 25 years when they came out with You Don't Want to Miss a Thing, which was obviously on the Armageddon soundtrack. So...
Yep.
You know, to have that type of career, but only really...
Do you realize people who were fans then are now like Medicare age?
Why do you think I'm talking about it?
I know that. I just wanted to make sure people understood this wasn't some sort of music show, but it really was about music to all of us who grew up in that era. Because, and let's face it, I remember them, Run DMC, Walk This Way, when they rekindled their whole fan base again.
Absolutely. So, yeah, it's a... to watch them take those turns over the years, Run DMC, they worked with Eminem a couple years back, and I mean they really branched out to really hit different audiences. So you got to give them all the credit in the world, and you know, a lot of number one hits along the way, truly. But you know, they really got the accolades. But they had during their career 25 years. They've had 25 gold, 18 platinum, and 12 multi-platinum records. So I mean, I think they're doing okay.
They're doing okay.
But what's your favorite song by them?
Probably Walk This Way.
Okay.
Or Crying's pretty good.
That is good. Mine's Dream On. Always has been.
Oh, well, yeah. I mean, come on. I forgot about that.
Always has been. Such a great song. So, and then I do want to bring up one historical fact where today, back in 1776, at the birthright of our country, this was the day where we became the United States instead of the United Colonies. So there's that little history fact that you could take to your stealing parties.
A lot of people don't realize when they were signing that Declaration of Independence, they called out for Domino's Pizza. They had Domino's Pizza that day when as before John Hancock put his name on the dotted line, they got a couple of veggie pizzas from Domino, and they were brought right over to them.
Can't blame them. They do have good garlic sauce. I don't blame them there. But, you know, want to talk a little bit about the trivia? Want to bring that back before we take our first break?
Yes, please do.
You know, the Steelers open the doors of Acrisure, or is it still Heinz? Or have we determined that?
No, it's Acrisure.
Is it?
Heinz is down in Aliquippa now.
Okay. Well, we'll give it to you then, Rob.
Thank you.
All right. So they're going to host the NFC Powerhouse, the 49ers, tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Those of you lucky enough to attend will undeniably hear the Steelers anthem, which is otherwise known as Renegade.
By Styx.
Absolutely great song, by the way. The story of the song's relationship with our beloved team is pretty unclear, but the first person to tell us when the Steelers first played this song to fire up their people in the stands will get a $15 gift card from the great people at Gecko.
If you think you know it, 412-922-1020. 412-922-1020. Don't forget, you are going to be 65. The annual enrollment period, weeks away. This is the middle of September, believe it or not, we're headed towards. So it's going to be October before you know it. You need to set up an appointment. There is never a charge for their services. If you are 65 or you want to revisit your Medicare coverage, do it today. We have live advisors until noon. 888-818-6334. 888-818-6334. And if you think you know that first song that fired up the black and gold faithful, you can call to get that gas card by dialing this number, 412-922-1020. 412-922-1020. MediConnectInsurance.com. Seminars and more Medicare 101. Sean Horn is back hosting the Inside Connection on KDKA.
News, weather, traffic, and business every day. Hear it on News Radio KDKA.
I'm Scott Brewer at Brewer Airport Toyota. I'm excited to tell you that we have more available new Toyota cars and trucks for the month of September than we have had all year. Our supply crunch is over. Come in and get a Tacoma, 4Runner, Tundra, RAV4, Camry, or Corolla. We even have availability of the all-new Toyota Grand Highlander. To help you make a decision, we have rates as low as 3.99% and up to $750 in finance cash. We're paying top dollar for trades, and we are ready to assist you. Let the Brewer team help you get the newer used Toyota of your dreams. Visit us in person or online at BrewerAirportToyota.com.
Hey, Rob Pratt for Kepco Plumbing, Kitchen, and Bath. It is your Pratt Pack reminding you they handle everything A to Z, start to finish for that bathroom project, and they've been satisfying customers for nearly 20 years. They are a premier remodeler. Kepco designers, plumbers, and craftsmen use Bath-Right products. Call 412-821-KEPT, 412-821-5378, and schedule an appointment. Or better yet, stop by for this Saturday. Kepco Plumbing, Kitchen, and Bath. Prices kept low, customers kept satisfied.
This is Matt Spiegel of 670 The Score in Chicago, and my podcast, The PBP, Voices of Baseball, is all about the art and craft of play-by-play. Catch up on episodes with Joe Davis, Joe Buck, and many more. Then something crazy happened along the way. I did a weekend of Cubs-Cardinals on the radio, so now conversations are enriched with feedback and advice from Jason Benetti, Boog Shambi, and others to come. The PBP, Voices of Baseball. I bring you the people who bring you the game. Listen on the Odyssey app or wherever you get your podcast.
All the news you need for your day and the sports, music, and podcasts you love are all on the free Odyssey app. Download now.
These are the people that make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, before we hopefully get a winner with our trivia question and we get to segment number 2, let's begin by talking about seminars. Tell them where they're going to be, and I'll let them know how they can register. They are free, but you have to register.
Yeah, so this is a big week for us, and we're actually going to be talking about the seminars in this particular segment, especially if you're out east in the eastern suburbs of Pittsburgh. We really got to, want you to stay plugged in here. But September 12th and 13th, we're going to be hosting at the same location, which is the Holiday Inn in Monroeville. So, again, 2 separate days, separate events, 12th and the 13th. It's going to be 6 o'clock start times for you folks in Monroeville. September 19th, we're going to have a 6 and 7:15 start time event for the AHM McCandless Hospital in the Ross Township area. September 20th, we're at the Holiday Inn in Bridgeville. And then the 26th, we're at the Beaver Memorial Library right off the main drive there up in Beaver, which I'm super excited about. Beautiful building.
It is a beautiful building.
Yeah, I'm hopeful. I know there's a lot of people up here who are eligible, so I think that it's going to be a big
When are you going to be there again?
We're going to be at the September 26th, the Beaver Memorial Library.
All right, and that's right on River Road in Beaver. You're going to absolutely love it. And if I happen to be off that night, well, I will not be off that night. I thought I was, but I would love to go. That's a great venue. So how do you get these registration in without having to do anything but make a call or to go to their website? You can dial right now. Say, I want to be there, 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334, or you can go to MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the seminars tab. So September 12th, these all start at 6, Holiday Inn Monroeville Boulevard. September 13th, Holiday Inn Monroeville Boulevard. And then on September the 19th, 6 and 7:15 p.m., AHN Hospice McCandless, 8950 Duncan Avenue, Pittsburgh, 15237. Or September 20th, as he mentioned, 6 p.m., Holiday Inn Washington Pike Road in Bridgeville. So you're going to want to check that out. Again, very simple. Along with that Beaver date, September 26th, 6 p.m., Beaver Memorial Library. You need to do this. Go to 888-818-6334 or go to MediConnectInsurance.com. October, they're going to be in Cranberry, Penn Hills. More locations to be announced very soon. MediConnectInsurance.com. Click on the seminars tab. And don't forget, live advisors are standing by until noon. 888-818-6334. And congratulations to Teresa in Gibsonia, the winner of the trivia question. She gets a $15 gas card from GetGo and MediConnect. Please, once again, the question and the correct answer. Sean.
When was the first time the Steelers played Renegade at Heinz Field? The answer is the 2002 wild card game against the Browns, and it was credit to a gentleman named Mike Marchinsky, who started the trend. He was actually just listening to the song, heading into the Parkway, coming into town, and heard it and took it to the AV team at the stadium and said, "Hey, I think we got something here." The rest is history. So Mike Marchinsky is the gentleman who started the trend, and here we are going to be listening to it again tomorrow. So very excited. And now we're going to talk a little bit about the seminars, specifically those of you who were in the eastern part of town. So Monroeville, Verona, Plum, Penn Hills, Greensburg. If you're in that location, we have 2 events back to back in Monroeville this week. And we're doing that for a specific reason, is the fact that we have data indicating that there are a lot of people in this region here out in the East Hills that are eligible for Medicare. And we want to fill these rooms up because, again, we do know that you're out there listening right now probably and know that you need the help. So let's talk to the rookies, because we're talking a lot about football today, right? It's a national holiday for us. So talking about to the rookies of Medicare, those of you who are going to be eligible for Medicare in the next year or so, you really got to stay plugged into what we got going on here. And here's why. So what I hear a lot of the time when it comes to people who attend our events is, okay, cool, I know I'm eligible for Medicare in the next little bit here, but I still have group benefits. I'm okay. I plan on working still. And I understand that reality. I can, it's a benefit you work for all your life. You're paying into it. It's a, it'll be there when you're ready. But right now you're still working. You're happily employed, hopefully, and, enjoying your work benefits. Perfectly fine. I get that. But we talked in the opening segment about the fact that I'm back now. Just had brain surgery a little over a month ago. And leading up to the procedure, I went over this before, but I want to hammer this home for you folks again. I, unfortunately, am not yet eligible for Medicare. Got a couple decades yet. But I have group insurance through the hospitals. My wife is happily employed there. Got pretty good benefits, actually. Leading up to the procedure, I needed an MRI to find out what was going on with my ear ringing. That cost me $771. I had tests leading up to the procedure, $40 here, $50 there, EKG, all that stuff. That had to come out of pocket as well. The procedure itself was $1,780. And the only reason it was that, quote unquote, inexpensive is because I hit my maximum out of pocket. Then, of course, my wife does pay a nice premium to cover our family through her paycheck to make sure that we have this insurance. Here's the kicker, folks. If I was on Medicare, instead of the group coverage that I have through the hospital where my wife is an employee, I would have paid out of pocket somewhere around $600 in totality for everything I just broke down for you, not $2,500.
Big difference.
It's a huge difference. And I'm still paying when I go get my medications and everything. Like it doesn't truly stop. For medical things, I'm good. Like I'm paid for now. But everything else, like I'll have an MRI at the beginning of December to, do a checkup. I won't have to pay anything for it then. But I've already paid through the nose this year for, what just happened. There's a lot of people who are currently working right now who have Medicare available to them that are putting it off just because, I'm not using my benefits. You know what? I'm comfortable. Whatever it might be. You're probably, not always, there are people out there who do have benefits. They should not leave. But for those of you who are kind of wishy-washy on how you feel about your group coverage and you have Medicare, you really should be attending these events that we are hosting, especially those that we're having in Monroeville this week. Again, we have 2 events back-to-back, and these are events that we do plan to fill, knowing that there's a large contingent of people in this region that need this type of help. So again, if you are that type of person, whether you're turning 65 in the next year or you're over the age of 65 and you're still working, even if you're happy with your benefits at work, you should really come and learn what Medicare is all about just to make sure you're maximizing your insurance dollar. And you can get plugged in with our company right now. We have the live advisor standing by through noon today, 888-818-6334. Or, again, you can always go to MediconnectInsurance.com and click on the seminars tab to register yourself. I also want to talk a little bit about the fact that, I'm seeing a lot of people who, when they do come to these events, they're in the audience and learning a little bit about Medicare. Some people are a little nervous to pull the trigger about getting on a Medicare because they think that this is like an acceptance of the fact that, now I'm old. I'm looking at Social Security now. I'm talking about Medicare. I can't believe this is my reality. How did this happen so fast? And blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, folks, this is not an admission of you being old. I could tell you, and I'm sure the rest of my team at MediConnect will happily second this notion, where most of the time when I'm talking in front of these crowds, I can't believe that people in the room are Medicare eligible based off just how they look. I mean, today's 65-year-olds look nothing like what they did 12 years ago when I first started my career. Today's, boomer, if you will, that's becoming Medicare eligible, they're far more active, they're younger looking, they're, busy with life and work and grandkids and traveling and all that. So it's not that you're old now. It's the fact that you have an opportunity to look at benefits that are available that might actually make more sense for you and your situation. And those of you who are battling some sort of health condition, especially while you're working, you really should be taking a look at Medicare, because there is oftentimes you're going to save tremendous amounts of money out of pocket if you look at a Medigap and you're dealing with something like cancer or what have you, when you have that guaranteed eligibility. So you really, again, there's a lot of different angles we can play here. It is worth taking a look at your benefits, comparing them versus Medicare. At MediConnect, what we do is make it simple. Medicare made simple. We will do the side-by-side comparison. If it makes sense for you to stay with your group benefits, you do exactly that, and we will tell you. We'll be there when Medicare comes calling. You stay where it is most advantageous and most cost-effective, and we'll be there to service you year in and year out. Always, no cost, no obligation, just great information.
All right, lots of stuff to get to, but tell them why now would be the best time if you're going to be eligible in a few weeks for the enrollment period, or you just simply want to read, negotiate, or look back. Best time to get that appointment set up is right now, today.
Yeah, right now. And the reason being is we're already setting appointments for October. We had a meeting just this past week with the leadership team at MediConnect, and we actually have far more appointments this year than we have in any other year. And what's really interesting is the fact that this is kind of a stable year from the market. There's a couple carriers that, and we're going to talk about this more in detail in the next segment, but there's a couple carriers who are going to be stepping up, it looks like, this year. We want to make sure that you know about what's going on there. But for those of you who like to plan, and again, we'll circle back on this in the next segment, those of you who like to plan, it is worth making the phone call now to get in the books so that you're not missed when it comes to getting the information you deserve.
All right, let me give you the seminars again. September the 12th, these are all at 6 Holiday Inn Monroeville. Back there again, Holiday Inn Monroeville, the 13th of September, the 19th of September. 2 seminars, one location, one at 6, one at 7:15 p.m. AHN Hospital, McCandless, that's Duncan Avenue. And then September 20th, Holiday Inn, Washington Pike, Bridgeville, and then Beaver Memorial Library in Beaver, September 26th. Again, go to MediConnectInsurance.com, click on the Seminars tab, and you can register there for free, or you can pick up the phone while you're making that appointment. Again, there is never a charge for the services, and you can register for one of the seminars by dialing right now, and we've got representatives there until noon today. 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334. We've got lots to get to when we come back, so stay with us. He is Sean Horn. He's back. We're so happy to see him hosting this week's edition of the Inside Connection. That number, bridging the healthcare gap. You can reach those advisors right now, standing by until noon. 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334, or go to MediConnectInsurance.com. Good morning.
Check, check. You might already know about the Acura MDX. V6 engine, C7. We have an announcement. We swapped that engine with a specially made 3-liter turbo V6, race-tuned the steering and suspension, and for the first time, added Type S performance to an SUV. So we're just going to drop this right here. The Acura MDX and first ever MDX Type S. Acura, precision crafted performance.
At Spitzer Acura McMurray.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Company.
Go between the hash marks and get your football fix every Thursday evening at 6 with the Bowser Chevrolet Quest for the Best High School Football Show live from Shooters Golf in Wexford. Dan Zangrilli and the Dean of High School Sports, Mike White, break it all down. It's brought to you by Allegheny Health Network Sports Medicine, Palmer Stores, Beatty Tech, and First National Bank. Only on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA. From the Aetna Medicare Solutions Studios.
Proud to be the voice of Pittsburgh. 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
It is 67 degrees in Pittsburgh International at 9:30. I'm Rob Taylor. 2 teenage girls were taken to the hospital after being stabbed last night in McKees Rocks. Police say it happened around 9 p.m. near the conclusion of the Stowe Rocks High School football game against Avonworth. Now, on its website, the Stowe Rocks School District said the 2 teens sought assistance from school personnel following the stabbing, and that the district promptly alerted both police and on-site EMTs. Right now, no suspect descriptions have been announced. 3 people were hurt following a fire at a senior high-rise apartment building yesterday afternoon in McKeesport. Officials say the fire started on the 7th floor of the McKeesport Towers. That's on 6th Street. The 200 people who live in the apartment building had to stay elsewhere last night with assistance from the Red Cross and the Salvation Army. The 3 people who were hurt were taken to the hospital. 2 of them are in critical condition. The Allegheny County Fire Marshal is investigating the cause of the fire. Right now, 67 degrees in Pittsburgh. I'm Rob Taylor. Next update at 10 on the Voice of Pittsburgh News Radio, KDKA.
Join us for one great weekend. Register today for the 2023 Richard S. Caligiuri Great Race, presented by Highmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. Bring the family and join the Dollar Bank Junior Great Race Saturday, September 23rd, with options including the Diaper Dash, the Tot Trot, or the Family Fun Run. Then on Sunday, September 24th, go the distance with the 5K or 10K course. All events are sponsored by Allegheny Health Network. Complete details and registration information at kdkradio.com.
Prices and profits at big grocery store chains keep going up. Now they want to take away your credit card rewards too. You heard right. As the biggest grocery chains try to get even bigger and limit competition, they're pressuring Congress to pass a law making your cash back, points, rewards, and airline miles a thing of the past. With inflation eating away at your food budget, the big plan from Big Grocery is to make things even worse by making it harder to earn credit card rewards when you try to feed your family. This isn't competition. It's a money grab by Big Grocery. Consumers in Main Street will lose big. That's why we need Congress to step up, protect your points, and help stop Big Grocery's anti-competitive credit card legislation from ever becoming law. Congress should stand with American consumers and protect their credit card rewards. Find out how to contact your lawmakers at aba.com/protectmypoints. Paid for by American Bankers Association, aba.com.
The KDKA AccuWeather forecast is brought to you by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 Platinum Preferred Roofing Replacement Contractor. Call 412-829-7711.
Today and early tonight with considerable clouds, there will be showers and in spots a thunderstorm, high 75. Later tonight, humid, low 64. A couple of showers and a thunderstorm return tomorrow, high 73. For AccuWeather, I'm meteorologist Carl Bobinski, 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
The following is paid for by MediConnect.
These are the people that make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA.
Look who's back. He is Sean Horn hosting the Inside Connection. Remember, we've got those live advisors standing by. 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334, MediConnectInsurance.com. And there are many other ways to plug into this message that is MediConnect, and one of them is your very successful podcast.
It is. It has grown quicker than we thought it would, if I'm being honest. And tomorrow we actually have our encore presentation where you get to watch the living legend, broadcast legend, Rob Pratt, who he was on with us a few months back, and we had a little bit of a technical issue, but we fixed it all up. Tomorrow, Rob Pratt joins the Inside Connection podcast, CBS News Pittsburgh. You can either download the app CBS News Pittsburgh from your phone's app store, or go to the website cbsnews.com/Pittsburgh. 12 o'clock. Mr. Rob Pratt joins the Inside Connection podcast, where we talk about our relationship all these years and, why you're so passionate about working with us.
Yeah, and I am literally knocking on the door to sign up for Medicare. And as they did, this guy in front of me helped me get the Social Security deal done. I'm going to take you through it as well. But I just can say to all of you out there who are dealing with these issues, especially wanting to revisit your coverage to get maybe better coverage, dealing with that information for the first time and all of the stuff that's showing up in your mailbox right now, cut to the chase. Do what your Pratte Pack did. Call 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334, or go to MediConnectInsurance.com. What's next?
So we talked to the rookies last segment. Today, in this segment here, we're going to talk to the veterans of Medicare, those of you who have been on Medicare for a year or longer. been through the ropes already, kind of don't need to, pay so much attention to the seminars, but you know that, here it comes again. The weather is changing, football season is starting. That obviously means that the phone calls, the commercials, the mail, everything is going to start, inundating you. So let's walk through the very first piece of information that you should be receiving here in the next week or so when it comes to Medicare, and that is your current coverage is going to send you your annual notice of change letter. It's called ANOC in the industry, annual notice of change, where basically what happens is they give you a layout of what your plan is going to look like next year for 2024, and they compare it against the way that your benefits work for 2023. So first and foremost, I get it. Look, these insurance companies kill enough trees with all the information they send. And I'm, by the way, I feel you on this because ever since I had surgery, I'm getting all kind of mail. This is not a bill. This is not a bill. But I'm getting a breakdown of all the things that, happened to me during that time and how much out of pocket I could be looking at. So I know when you use your healthcare, you're getting this information all the time. And then it's really hard to sort through what you should pay attention to. But this annual notice of change is important to pay attention to because, again, it's the breakdown between year to year. What's it look like now versus what is it going to look like next year? Now, I do have to give you the warning as far as how I view that document itself, and it is the fact that it's important, but it also really lends to the generation that doesn't like change. It keeps you locked into your coverage. And here's what I mean by that, Rob. So from one year to the next, your premium may change $1 or $2. Your co-pays may go up a little bit, $5 here, $10 there. And because it's not a gross negligence of, my premium is going up $50 this year from one same plan, just they want to charge me $50 more. Because they don't usually do that, it's a very nominal change. It's $2, $3, $4. Because that's the way that it typically looks, they lull you in to really, staying complacent with your coverage. So what I really want to help you understand is when you get that annual notice of change this year, what we got to pay attention to is your premium changing? If it is changing, for the good or bad, what else is changing with it? Are your copays going up? Is your drug coverage changing? Are you getting less dental, vision, and hearing? Are they taking something away? Because that can happen whether your premium goes up or down, where they're going to adjust these benefits to help their bottom line a little bit. And what we want to do is really help those of you understand who've been on Medicare, who hate change. And believe me, I get it. You're the generation that you stayed at your company forever, you worked your time, and then you got out and you lived a happy retirement. And we don't want you to stop that. But there comes a point in time where these plans really understand that, okay, they're not making any moves. They've been here for 3-4 years now. We're going to jump the premium up because we know that there's nothing that's going to happen. They're not going to move regardless of what we do. And when that happens, they take advantage of you. This year, there are going to be ways, huge ways to save on coverage, whether it's your premium, your co-pays, especially your prescriptions. That's one area where we can always, help people out and save a tremendous amount of money usually. And again, you're getting this information from the top-rated experts of Pennsylvania when it comes to Medicare. You can go to our Google page and see, Google MediConnect. You'll see all the 5-star ratings, but don't just look at the number of 5 stars. Read the words behind these reviews, because I think you'll really get an understanding of how we operate. We're really here to make sure that, again, your insurance is made simple, but you're also maximizing the opportunity that's in front of you so that you're not having to pay unnecessary dollars for lackluster coverage.
And that's what they do every day, helping you. Now, look, if you're listening right now and you've got a question for Sean and you want to get it answered right now before you call that toll-free number, 888-818-6334, you can call us, kind of like that third segment, always kind of a roundtable discussion, and we'll do more of this as we get into the annual enrollment, but it's 866-391-1020. People just need to understand there are answers to questions, and you've got those answers.
Not only do we have the answers, but we also have the answers for free. You literally can call at any point in time with a question about your current coverage or what your hearing may be available or problems you may be having. And MediConnect will do our very best to help you navigate whatever that problem may be. But if a solution is needed when it comes to the way that your coverage is operating, we can absolutely help make adjustments along the way if that is in your best benefit. And again, folks, I mean, look, we get paid straight from the insurance carrier. There's no fee to you for what we do. We operate, in a way that I think is, no cost, no obligation, just great information, great guidance. We advise in a way that, makes sense for the way that if it was our own family member sitting across the table from us, how would we advise them? If it was mom that needed help, what will we do for her? So we're going to do the exact same thing for you if you call in. Again, the A-team is standing by until noon today, 888-818-6334. But you can also, any point during the week from 8 o'clock until 5. For now, we're going to start running it, at a full schedule from 9 to 9 here in the not-too-distant future. But you can get your answers almost around the clock, 888-818-6334.
Yeah, and our phones are ringing here, too, because it's getting close to that enrollment period. People have questions, and they know this is the source. So let's go to Bob. He's up first for Sean Horn on the Inside Connection on KDK. Hi, Bob.
Hi, good morning. Thank you, gentlemen, and I appreciate hearing you both. Well, I don't want to rain on anyone's parade, but I am living example proof. I retired when I was 62, and I was on Medicare Part A. And then I got B. Well, I've had one of the worst economic experiences with Medicare. I, unfortunately, have been very sick. I was in and out of hospitals and SNFs, nursing homes and such. They only pay 80%. Does your witnessers know that? 80%. I have bills sitting on my table, sirs, $9,100, thanks to Medicare. Okay? You guys know that?
Well, the key is that's why you got to get the right plan, because there are nuances and there is that underwritten rule that the fine print. So that's why you need somebody helping you negotiate and navigate like MediConnect.
Yeah, I mean, if you had a Medigap plan, if you were in a skilled nursing facility for less than 100 days, that would have been covered in totality as well as all of your hospital bills. So I'm sorry that unfortunately has been your reality, Bob. And I my heart breaks when I hear that, because that's probably a situation that, we may not be able to come back and correct it the most cost-effective way now, since we're beyond his initial enrollment period, it sounds. But there still may be ways to help you. Plus, we're also connected with a lot of different strategic partners, and elder law and so forth, that may be able to help as well. So if we don't have the answers, we have plenty of resources that may be able to help you.
Bob, listen, I got to go to my next call, but what I want you to do is call 888-818-6334. Set up an appointment with them, and it's free of charge. Never charge for their services. But call right now. We've got representatives. Say you were just on the air, and you want to set up an appointment, and hopefully they may be able to do something for you. But thank you for the call. 888-818-6334. Here's Tony, Mount Pleasant. Tony, you're on the Inside Connection with Sean Horn and Rob Pratt, KDK. How are you?
Hi, Sean. I have two questions for you.
Sure.
Number one is I've had an Advantage plan for years. I'm in good health. First of all, if I change over and try to go to regular Medicare instead of Advantage, and for whatever reason they deny me, can I still go back to Highmark Advantage Care? Would I still be able to go back to that?
Yes, but I will also. Yes, I don't mean to cut you off. I do want to hear your second question, but I do want to make this very clear. If the Medicare supplement does not approve you, you do go back to the Medicare Advantage plan. However, if you're in pretty good health, there are a lot of different companies that we work with that have pretty lenient underwriting and still really good rates, really good claim payout histories and so forth. So if you're in that position, it very well may be worth taking a hard look now, especially this enrollment period, if that's something that you're interested in.
All right, and the second part of the question is my understanding is Advantage, if they decide that I don't need that operation, they have the right to deny it, whereas regular Medicare, they don't. They have to give you that operation. Is that correct, Sean?
So, not necessarily, and here's what I mean by that. This upcoming year especially, 2,000 medical codes were eliminated as a result of ambiguity that the provider offices were using when it comes to making people jump through a lot of different hoops in order to be a profit center for these medical offices and so forth. So the government got wise to it. They eliminated all these different codes. The government is putting a very watchful eye on both Medicare Advantage and Medicare Supplement moving forward when it comes to needing these procedures. So as long as it is medically necessary, it's not an elective procedure. It's not something like you want your skin lifted on your face, whatever it might be. It's something medically necessary to extend your life. which, again, my brain tumor that I had just a couple months ago, that was one situation where they approved me and I'm on group insurance. So if that's your scenario where you're worried about a denial of service because of, a surgery. That's very unlikely now, and it's becoming even more unlikely moving forward.
Okay, so and you're saying, in a sense, I'm better off just staying with my Advantage plan that I have and, just keep going the way I'm been going.
Not at all. I do apologize. That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying it's worth a look at a Medigap so that you can understand the way that it compares and operates against an Advantage plan. So I think you should take a look at it, compare it out, and then at that point you make the decision on what you think is most advantageous for you. But I think it's worth an education on how it operates.
When it's not too late for next year to talk to you about this, right?
You're actually early right now, so we're good. You could call into MediConnect right now. We got the advisor standing by. They'll happily set an appointment with you, do the side-by-side comparison for you to make the individual determination. And that number, once again, 888-818-6334. 818-6334. And the first three numbers are 888.
All right. Thank you. Do you want me to talk to somebody else, or...
Yeah,
down here.
I'm not in the office right now, so they are. But you can call in. You'll talk to someone right away and get yourself an appointment.
All right, Tony, good call. Thank you very much. Don't forget, September the 12th, all of these seminars at 6 o'clock, Holiday Inn Monroeville Boulevard. The 13th, back to the Holiday Inn Monroeville Boulevard. September 19th, 2 sessions, 6 and 7:15 in the evening, AHN Hospice, McCandless, Duncan Avenue. September 20th, Holiday Inn Washington Pike. And then September 26th, Beaver Memorial Library in Beaver, PA. 888-818-6334. Register right now. They are free, but you have to register for these seminars or go to MediConnectInsurance.com and click on the Seminars tab. Rob Pratt, Sean Horn, The Inside Connection continues in just moments on KDKA.
People, listen to me, please.
You want to hear what I have to say?
Your voice.
My voice.
Voice my displeasure.
The loudest voice
is heard.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
It's our chance to use our voice.
Here.
Thank you for giving us a voice.
100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
Alcasan is proud of our rivers. Are you? Prove it by entering the Alcasan Summer Sweepstakes. Enter weekly at alcasan.org now through September 16th for the chance to win great prizes. The sweepstakes will close September 16th with their annual Alcasan Open House, the region's largest watershed and environmental festival. It's free and open to the public. Register today at alcasan.org and see you September 16th from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m.
Hi, I'm Joe Potocznik from JP Roofing and Siding. I've been in the business for 42 years and have grown in the business by hard work and customer satisfaction. Trust your next roofing and siding project with JP Roofing and Siding. I am offering homeowners $500 off of your next roofing and siding project. We also offer a 10-year warranty on all labor. Please call us at 412-829-7711. For a free estimate, that's 412-829-7711. JP Roofing and Siding.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. A customer recently shared their story on how a competitor's sales associate talked about our mattresses. The associate said, "I know OMF mattresses last longer, but who wants to sleep on a dinosaur?" He proceeded to talk about new technology, but the customer was already sold. High-tech may sound great, but Original Mattress Factory beds are so good, even the competition is telling their customers that our mattresses are superior in quality and durability. As for being a dinosaur, if that means building a great product that withstands the test of time versus selling gimmicks that don't, then we are all in. We have nothing against technology and are happy to incorporate it into our products, but it has to provide function and have value. Our factory direct business model saves you money in the short term, while our commitment to high quality products that are built to last saves you money in the long term. Great quality at a lower price never goes out of style. Stop by one of our stores today and experience the Original Mattress Factory difference for yourself.
SchultzFord.com, 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 SchultzFord.com.
These are the people that make Pittsburgh work. This is Pittsburgh Works on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
All right, back with Sean Horn, our fourth and final segment. So get ready because here we go.
So again, we would just want to, review the topics that we've had today and also talk a little bit more about football because I could really do that all day here with you, Rob. I could Medicare is what pays me, but I really love talking about football. So
me too.
We'll get back into that shortly. But, want to talk one more time about the fact that in Monroeville, the Penn Hills, Verona, all the way out to Greensburg and Plum areas, if you're in the East Hills of Pittsburgh, it is worth checking out the upcoming seminars that we have in Monroeville. Again, we have 2 events, 1 day apart, same location, same time. So I want to get to that again. We're going to be September 12th. We're at the Holiday Inn in Monroeville on Monroeville Boulevard. So September 12th and 13th, 6 o'clock start times, free to attend. In under an hour, you'll get all the information you need in order to build that foundational knowledge of Medicare so that you can make the proper decision for yourself, whether you even need Medicare or not. So, again, free to attend, get all your questions answered. And also, just as importantly as getting your questions answered, here are the questions of your neighbors. Because there's a really strong chance that I know if I was sitting in the audience, I may not want to ask what I felt was a stupid question. But I assure you, there's a neighbor in the room that's going to be there with you that will absolutely answer or get the answers that they deserve to whatever questions might be out there, as stupid as you may think the query is. So really check out these events. But also want to talk about the fact that we're going to be at the AHN Hospital in McCandless on September 19th. We have 6 and 7:15 start times. Typically, when we're talking about a 7:15 start time, that usually means our 6 o'clock event is almost full. So, again, if you're in the North Hills area and you need this information, AHN Hospital in McCandless. September 20th, the Holiday Inn in Washington. On Washington Pike in Bridgeville. And then September 26th, the Beaver Memorial Library, Beaver, Pennsylvania. I was super excited about that event. So a lot of great opportunities to, get that information you need, but also want to once again reiterate the fact that the great Rob Pratt is going to be on the Inside Connection podcast tomorrow, CBS News Pittsburgh. So as you're getting ready to watch the Steelers at 1 o'clock, why not plug in with Rob and I at 12 tomorrow as well? CBS News Pittsburgh, download the app from your phone's app store or go to cbsnews.com/Pittsburgh to tune in at noon. Also, again, we talk a lot about the annual notice of change this year. This is a document that you really do have to pay attention with relation to how your coverage works now versus what is going to happen next year. Do not get lulled into coverage that you just don't want to, if you don't want to address it because this is difficult, I understand. But that is why MediConnect is here. This is what makes us top rated. Let us help you make that comparison. Really, drive home whether a need is necessary or if you should stay on your current plan. And we'll help you service that year in and year out. Again, completely free of cost. We do have if you go to our website, MediConnectInsurance.com, we do have the free ebook, the 5 biggest Medicare mistakes you can make and how to avoid them. Again, go to our website. It's the top of the page. Click on it. You can have that downloaded right from our website or sent to your email. There's no cost, no obligation. Feel free to read. It's a very easy read, I do have to add, so I would definitely get plugged in there. And Rob, I'm very excited to announce as well the fact that our YouTube page, by the end of this weekend, is going to be at 10,000 subscribers. So that's a far jump from the 6 that we had in February. So it's been a very rapid rise that we're very proud of, and a lot of great content. You get to meet our experts on there. You get to see our previous radio shows, our previous podcasts. Get to, really plug into the Medicare in a minute as well. Have all these different and difficult subjects broken down in 1-minute segments to make it very easy for you. So if you like it, go ahead and subscribe, become one of the 10,000. We'd be happy to keep delivering this content to you to have Medicare made simple.
All right. Before we give the seminars one more time, tell everybody what these seminars are.
So if you're new to Medicare within the next 12 months, and again, this is whether or not you're turning 65 in the next year or you're over the age of 65 and you're considering Medicare perhaps, like my good friend Rob Pratt has been talking about with me during the breaks on this show. Whatever the case may be, if you're looking to continue working even, but you do know that Medicare is available to you, you should really come and check out these seminars. Again, we give you about 45 minutes to 50 minutes of educational content where we break down all the different layers of Medicare, show you how to avoid the penalties, how to maximize your drug coverage to avoid the donut hole if at all possible. We'll get into all of that in the 45 to 50 minutes. And then we also leave time at the end for you to get your questions answered by one of the top-rated experts at MediConnect. And then afterwards, if you need help, we'll be happy to meet with you individually to give you the one-on-one guidance you deserve.
All these are at 6 o'clock, September 12th and 13th, Holiday Inn, Monroeville Boulevard, September 19th, 2 sessions, 6 and 7 p.m., AHN Hospital McCandless, and September 20th at 6, Holiday Inn, Washington Pike, and September 26th, Beaver Memorial Library. Again, September the 12th and 13th, Holiday Inn, Monroeville, September 19th, 6 and 7:15 in the evening, AHN Hospital McCandless, Duncan Avenue, and then September 20th, Holiday Inn, Washington Pike, Bridgeville, September 26th, Beaver Memorial Library. They are free, but you've got to register. You can do so by going to MediConnectInsurance.com, MediConnectInsurance.com, or call now and set up that appointment as well, where there is never a charge for for their services. They are there standing by until noon today. Our live advisors, 888-818-6334, 888-818-6334. And again, for everything, MediConnectInsurance.com, and click on that seminars tab where you can register there as well. Final 30 seconds. It's all yours because we're so excited to have you back.
Hey, I'm excited to be back. It's been way too long. I missed the Pratte Pack. I thank you all for your thoughts during the last few weeks. Again, the recovery was quite simple, so I cannot thank the medical team at Allegheny General Hospital enough, specifically Douglas Chen, the audiologist, and Alexander Yu, the neurosurgeon. Their teams are phenomenal. So happy to be back. Thank you, and here we go.
Here we go. 888-818-6334 or MediConnectInsurance.com. Have a great day and join us every Saturday for the Inside Connection on KDKA.
The preceding was paid for by MediConnect. Information on the program is intended to solely further the public's general knowledge about the product. Opinions expressed should not be relied upon for any purpose by any member of the audience. News Radio KDKA does not guarantee the accuracy of any of the information heard on the preceding program.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry and Marty. Breaking news and making a difference.
Here we go. It's a broken record for some, but it's really important for others, especially if you make your living by working downtown.
What needs to be done is a comprehensive plan to bring Pittsburgh back.
The Big K Morning Show with Larry and Marty. Weekday mornings 5:30 till 10 on 100.1 FM and AM 1020. KDKA.
The Village at St. Barnabas, the perfect place for moms.
Return to the magic and mystique of the Renaissance. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival just southeast of Pittsburgh is back. 6 magical weekends through October 1st, filled with royalty, pageantry, jugglers, and musicians. Comedy, games, fine arts, and crafts. It's entertainment. It's fantasy. It's an adventure to the past. Eat, drink, and be merry. The Pittsburgh Renaissance Festival. Discount tickets available at PittsburghRenFest.com.
This is Greg Trzynski of the Original Mattress Factory. Despite the construction near our factory location off of Route 28 on Freeport Road, we remain fully open and operational. We have 10 other convenient showrooms throughout the Pittsburgh area, and you'll experience the same selection of quality mattresses at any of them. Our commitment to fair, transparent pricing means that you'll also receive the same factory direct value no matter which OMF location you visit. Visit OriginalMattress.com to find the Original Mattress Factory showroom nearest you.
I'm Ty Burrell, actor and small business owner. I'm going to show you my 5 steps for making the perfect radio ad. This one's about innovation refunds and the ERC. First step, be relatable. As a small business owner, I know that filing for the ERC tax refund can feel complicated and confusing. Also, I like pizza and puppies. There, done. Step 2, cold hard info. The ERC, or Employee Retention Credit for long, is a tax credit for eligible businesses that kept employees on payroll in 2020 and 2021. So if you qualify, Innovation Refunds Network of Independent Tax Attorneys could help you claim it. Step 3, call to action. Go to innovationrefunds.com to get started. Step 4, the jingle I wrote myself. Actually, scratch that. Just go to innovationrefunds.com or call 1-843-REFUNDS and go to Step 5. Legal stuff.
Innovation Refunds does not provide tax or legal advice. We work with an independent network of tax professionals. Terms and conditions apply. Ty is a paid spokesman.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece.
100.1 FM and AM 1020 KDKA. Covered by JP Roofing and Siding, Pittsburgh's #1 platinum preferred roofing company.
Did you know that